Malaysia property bubble.
The property value keep increasing and become unsustainable, affected by the increasing in demand and low in housing supply.
When the housing price is increased, it will lead to sharp drop in demand for houses, causes the oversupply of houses lead to the significant drop of housing price. Appear in any market when things are traded, low interest rate and loose lending standards. Banks cannot simply provide loans. Temporary condition causes by unjustification speculation, rapid increase of property price. Houses price are more than 3 times of house income. People are not willing to buy a house. Developers or house owners sell house in a high price. For people are not willing to buy a house, example, sharp increase of property price will lead to no more willingness to buy one. Developers or house owners sell house in a high price. Example, from 2009 to 2013, new launches properties were in highest price, and the cooling measures from Bank Negara Malaysia were brought up, which bank only lend to qualified borrowers.
It is initially affected by an increase of demand but low in housing supply. In congested area, there are high demand but low supply of houses, and only people with high capital can afford to buy the property. But Malaysia is not expected to see being in a property bubble until 2021. In Cyberjaya, there are a lot of unsold properties that put this down in a bubble, but fortunately, its total market value is in a controlled manner. Then, in Klang Valley, supply for shoebox units less than 500 square feet apartments, residential properties are currently outstrips demand.
These are two major factors that lead the bubbles to burst. First, a rise in interest rate, and second, decrease in housing demand. An increase in interest rates may put home ownership out of reach for buyers because of unaffordable house prices, leading to default, foreclosure, and eventually adds to oversupply of houses. A downturn in general economic activities that leads to disposable income and job loss can decrease the demand for housing and slowing the pace of home price appreciation. Here are the effects to the bursting of property bubble. First, drop of house prices. Second, downturn economic growth that may lead to inflation. Third, bankruptcy of bankers to bear amounts of debts. And lastly, investors will bear the loss of property value. The listings show two of numbers of methods to identify the form of property bubble which are used all around the world. For the first mentioned technique, a high ratio indicates the presence of housing bubble. Shown on screen are the incentives to less trigger the property bubble. For our country, Malaysia, government specifically came up with medium-cost houses focused on B40 and M40 income groups. To recapitulate, this property bubble should be taken into consideration, although Malaysia is likely to be free from it as there are incentives proposed by the government from time to time.
Thank you for watching. Bye!